You're tuned in to the Red Zone Blitz.
Here we go.
The home for all things NFL and college football.
Ready?
Well. It's the meat and potatoes episode. It's that small town from Idaho episode. It is the episode where I think that, eating the amounts of food that Mike McCarthy eats is justified because you're an offensive lineman, not a guy willing to destroy a franchise. Yes. We're still on it. Steelers fans. We are going to be diving in to all things offensive line from Dane Brugler's The Beast Guide on The Athletic. Great resource, by the way. Thank you, Dane, for all the work you did to make sure that it got out before the draft, unlike some people's decisions on whether or not they're going to be playing football this year. Could you imagine if Dane Brugler was like, yeah, I'll let you guys know with ample time before the draft, and it was like 2 days before.
He drops the Beast 2 days before the draft.
Yeah. It's just like, all right, here you guys go. Enjoy.
Like, what's the point now?
Like, what are we doing now? Fellas, how are we feeling?
Fucking great.
Solid.
Oh,
Doing good.
Oh, he's
Waking up.
He's warming
for the
up.
College bracket.
He's warming up for the college bracket that he's about to go. Yes, the voice you just heard is KK, and an episode that will, come down the road. I was initially going to put it before this episode, but we're gonna put it at the end of this episode. We'll be dropping the day after this comes out. KK's The Bachelor when it comes to his college football fandom. If you haven't done so already, please go listen to our episode with Joel Norris, Pigskin Frenzy, where we give the background as to what we're doing here and why KK has suddenly found himself with a collection of 12 roses, and he's ready to hand one out to the lucky sorority girl that goes to that school.
Is that what we're doing?
Yes. That's how you're gonna get initiated.
So we're gonna have to make a trip to whatever college.
Yeah. You pick carefully. That's how you're gonna get initiated. You gotta go. You gotta find the sorority. You gotta initiate yourself. You gotta give her.
Lane
a rose.
Kiffin will probably be there.
Lane Kiffin will be there.
He will definitely be
He'll have
there.
a rose himself.
That's Matthew trying to sway you to the LSU side there. Fellas, diving into the offensive tackles, we're gonna try to keep this thing on point here. We're trying to get through this. I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you that have tuned into our episodes. We've been getting a tremendous response. People really love that we're dropping everything. And we are dropping tons of content. If you don't follow us, Red Zone Blitz Pod, Instagram, X, TikTok, give us a follow. We'll be dropping more content. I cannot promise you guys that the content will be coming out like this. This is something that we're blitzing for draft week, but we will do our best in terms of bringing you guys valuable content. And once again, if you're in the Pittsburgh area, you're there. Come give us a shout out. Like come find us and lock in with us. I do have a shout out actually. I do have a shout out that I have to give out to a Pittsburgh business. Hold on, let me find it. Where did it go? 1 second. I had it. It had this wild name and I was very confused of whether or not it was a cat cafe. Yeah, Matthew, your yinzers are out in full form. Mm-hmm. It is a place called, and they've been very nice. And we actually, I haven't taken any payment from them. This is a free ad. I don't do these very often. No. But it was a great discussion. They love our stuff. They're big. They've been listeners for quite some time. Rockin' Cat Organic Cafe and Roastery. That is on 567 Lincoln Avenue, Bellevue, Pennsylvania. I don't know exactly how far. Actually, I guess I can find out how far this is from Acrisure Stadium. This is okay. It's only an hour and a half walk. So
what is it? A pet cafe?
No, it's a coffee shop.
Coffee shop. You said something cat.
Well, it's called Rockin' Cat, it's called Rockin' Cat. Yeah. It says promoting artists, designers, creative types of all stripes, and sustainable business practices. I'm going to give them a free ad because I just think that once they listen to a couple of our episodes, they probably aren't paying us for anything. So I'm just going to go ahead.
That's a long way to get your morning coffee. That
sounds like they're in fucking like a hipster bill, man.
That's exactly why. So
some gentrified area.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go and
they
give
don't know
them
this
the free.
is a degenerate podcast.
Wait, where's G? He's going for his 3-hour walk to go get coffee.
No, but in all seriousness, though, Rockin' Cat, if you are in the area, hey, listen, we're not going to be driving that week, all right, for obvious reasons. But if you are driving, It is not that far of a drive. It's a 9-minute drive from the stadium.
How does a 9-minute drive turn into an hour? How fucking slow are you walking?
All the roads are going to
driving?
be closed around that area anyway.
Yeah, that's
right?
true.
No, it's a 9-minute.
I wonder
drive.
if they have like a
9-minute drive should not be.
I wonder if they have like the
half
vendor truck that's going
walk.
to be there at the stadium.
They might have a vendor. It is a 4.5, almost. It's 5 miles. It's 5 miles. That is. You're fucking
That's
walk.
not that bad of a
How
walk.
many?
You're walking pretty
Hold
fucking
on.
slow.
Yeah. If you're
5
walking,
miles to Colombia. Let me see here.
5 miles is a long way.
That's 8 kilometers.
That's 8 kilometers. It's not 10 kilometers. So like,
It's not. If you're walking,
Yeah.
if it
About
takes
an
you
hour.
about 12 minutes, that's probably the pace. 12 minutes to walk a kilometer.
yeah.
Some of it uphill, maybe. Yeah, I can see that taking an hour and a half. Yeah, never mind. We were about to fat shame people that take an hour and a half, and then we realized that's just our pace. That's just our pace. Fellas, no fat shaming on this podcast because these guys would crush us. Let's start with
There's some big boys.
offensive tackle number 1, Spencer Fano out of Utah. All right, fellas. Spencer Fano's combined arm length, just over 32 inches, has triggered a real NFL conversation. Is he a tackle or a guard at the next level? Multiple analysts say he might be better served inside, but Brugler gave him an offensive tackle number 1 overall and a number 8 in the class. Here's the debate. If a player has elite athleticism, outstanding technique, and versatility, but questionable arm strength for a tackle, do you draft him as a tackle and then coach up the rest? Or do you take the position off the board and just call him a guard?
Well, he also took the center drills at the combine, so he's saying
He can play anywhere.
He's saying I will play where you put me somewhere and I'm gonna play.
Which I really love. I really love because there's a high discrepancy in the amount of pay each position gets. Like a left tackle versus a left guard, there's a difference in that pay scale by quite a bit. And like I think it pays to be a guard more. Like you get paid more to be a guard. I'm fairly certain.
No,
Isn't that the conversation?
you're tackle, man. You're fucking.
Wait, hold on.
You're
What-
blindside tackle
I might be confusing it because Tyler Smith is a
guard.
guard. Oh yes, I am.
Your
vice versa.
blindside tackle is
I'm
the
vice-
highest paid lineman.
I'm going to vice versa. So recently,
you're left tackle.
Tyler Smith was made to go left guard. He was left guard, and then they were playing him at tackle, and then he goes, "Hold on, 1 second, Jerry. I am now playing the most valuable." Yes, this all makes sense. I'm now playing the most valuable position on the line.
Dak Prescott's blindside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going to need you to, if we're going to do this a full-time thing, I'm going to need you to pay me like it's a full-time thing. But I think you can put him wherever. I do think that he will be just fine at tackle. I think he's a big boy. I think like people are getting real crazy about his arm strength, but I think he's going to be just fine. I think he's lean. He's got all the athleticism. He's quick, independent hands. He's a latch and drive bully in the run game, and he loves finishing his blocks. So,
and he doesn't miss any games.
no 3-year starter.
Durable. Can play anywhere on the O-line.
Yep.
That's why he's ranked number 1.
Yes, sir.
The biggest thing with him is he's built for football in his family. He's got 4 uncles and a cousin who have been NFL players. His quick feet is what makes him still being able, when you're talking about the guard to tackle, his feet is what's going to allow him to still be that tackle. He's got quick feet. He is just, if you want to fucking run behind someone, he's the guy you want to fucking run behind.
Yeah. I think with his footwork, with his power off the line, like you were saying, if you got a run play where you're going to pull the guard over around the tackle and you need this guy, he's pretty quick too. Like he ran a pretty quick 40 and even I think a 10-yard split. If you got him outside and you just got someone to run behind him, like he could keep up the pace. He could run downfield and block quite a bit.
I'm just going to throw out this. Obviously, not all these players will be on this, but Zachary Perez, CBS Sports, just did a mock draft today or yesterday, and he has him going 3 to Arizona. So you see him and Magoa, they almost like interchange. They go up and down as the days get closer. I can very well see Arizona taking him at 3 for all the stuff that he does. So no, definitely I agree. I can see that happening.
So with his feet, you mentioned his pulling guard. He pulls as a tackle.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, a couple, but I feel like the reason I think I think he would be better in the guard position and then pulling to the outside on runs. Just because I would think, like, he's a little narrow, I think, and his arm reach is not as good with the edge rushers. And what we see with these edge rushers nowadays, they have so much breakout, they have so much speed and the swim moves that they can get around the line. And I love his footwork, but I don't think his reach will give him the best opportunity to get the edge rushers. So I feel like personally he'd be better at the guard position to then utilize him pulling over for the run game.
But again, with the feet, you're not letting the edges get by you, even with your arm. Like his
'Cause you're
footwork
quicker.
makes up for his arms.
Yeah.
So
Right.
he could play guard, but like I said, he's also been at the combine. He took the center, so he's a versatile
play
player.
anywhere.
He can play anywhere. So, I mean, that's why he's ranked as the top tackle. Like,
But it's also like, for a rookie, I think the guard position might be
Beneficial.
the first position he plays, just to get like his feet under him.
especially
And
on a
getting
team
used
like
to
fucking Arizona.
They get games under it.
Yeah, if you're gonna put him at tackle on a team like Arizona that is just getting bullied at every position, he's gonna have a lot of shit coming his way, and he's got to protect Brissett.
The thing is, he's a guy that if the Arizona Cardinals, so I was always the big proponent that Arizona Cardinals should trade out of number 3 and they should trade out and they
Yeah, me
should go
too.
back. Him and the next guy we're going to talk about are two names that I think if they trade out, like let's say Arizona gets out of 3 and they go down, I don't think, let's say they go down to, I don't know, 11. They go down to, no, let's swing them back to like 15. Let's say they go down to 15. I think if you're Cincinnati, you got to take a hard look at Spencer Fano. I think you got to take a hard look at Francis Magoa. I think if you're the Saints, I think if you're the Chiefs, I think there's a lot of teams in that window, even the Giants. I think it's easy for us now to like, we've done this so many fucking times where we can go and we can be like, listen, Sonny Styles, great player. He's projected to go here and like, he's going to do like, you know, he's projected to go to the Giants or he's projected to go to the Commanders or this, that, and the other. You know who needs some fucking help? Jaden Daniels. You know the most expensive investment that the Bengals have made? Joe Burrow. If Joe Burrow's not healthy and able to like make his reads and he's getting killed, guess who all faltered because of that? Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. You look at the importance of the offensive line is like, yes, Sonny Styles may be a great athlete. Yes, Caleb Downs may be a fantastic safety. Yes, all those things can be true. But when you look at positional value, and this is where things get tricky because the Cowboys often do this. And casual, you mentioned this a lot, Matthew. It's like there's the casuals and then there's the people that watch it and understand it. Brandon's also mentioned this. There's the people that watch the Cowboys for the fucking like the moment the wheels start falling off, they're out of there. The moment the wheels start coming on, they're back on board. Now, both these guys, Fano especially, I think all 32 teams could use them.
Oh, 100%.
You forgot a team like the Chargers. They need a guy
Another team,
like
another team that
Guia or Fano.
like if they trade up, the Chargers, nobody's
should be
talking
thinking
about
about
them.
trading up.
Like nobody's talking about the Chargers trading up. That's a team. Their investment is all in on Mr. Herbert. And that window is not that wide. Like it's not a long window for Herbert to keep playing. It's a small window.
Herbert and Joe Burrow. Windows are closing.
Both of them are like starting
Well,
to
with
age.
the way that fucking there gets sacked,
Yeah.
like holy shit, man.
So my theory here is like the two, like these players, if Arizona tries to galaxy brain this too much, being like, hey, maybe we can trade down and he'll be there. Yeah, there might be a chance. Okay, cool. Yeah, he made it his way there. But NFL teams are wonky. We're going to see that shit in person. These teams are going to make some picks and do some shit that's going to be like absolutely bonkers to us. And I think one of them could be taking one of these guys way earlier or way off the board than we predict. So I can see that going that way. Now, keep it moving, fellas, so we can keep this episode timely. As Francis Magoa from Miami, 6'6", 327 pounds. Multiple analysts are saying that NFL teams are privately evaluating him as a guard, not a tackle. He goes number 5 overall in Schrager's mock draft that he did. Brugler grades him as offensive tackle number 2. Here's the core tension, I guess. If Magoa ends up at a guard in the NFL, is paying top 5 money for a guard the worst allocation? Top 5 in sense of like draft capital. Is that the worst allocation of draft capital in this class? Or does the positional label not matter when the player is simply going to be dominant wherever you put him? Like, I know there's always a stereotype of like, that's too high for a guard. That's too high for a running back. That's too high for, I don't know, a kicker too. Kickers get it. Like, you take a kicker in the fucking third round, you're going to have a stroke.
If your guards or tackles are that good, you got to pay them.
No, he's saying if you're using a top 5 pick on, the question is like, if you're taking a top 5 pick on Magoa and he's a guard, is that too high of a pick to take on a guard, or does it not matter at all what position he is? You just take the most dominant guy.
It doesn't matter if it's your position needs it.
There's KK, the Jeremiah Love captain, the Jeremiah Love captain coming in clutch.
Yeah, like that's the thing with football is it's every other sport is you're drafting the best player available. Yeah. Football, you're drafting for your needs.
Yeah.
So that's why you see some guys slide. Like if he's the best player, like you take someone, say Caleb Downs, best player available, but you don't need a safety. You know, he's gonna slide because you're drafting for your needs, and that first round pick, you can't miss, especially on a top 5 pick. So if that's your guy, I mean, he won the Jacobs blocking trophy, so he's the best blocker, right? Like, and that's what you need.
No, that's fair. That's fair. And I think Magoa is another guy that like is in that top pedigree. I think it goes 1-2 tandem. Some mock drafts have him going before Fano, some have him going after. I think you can't there's not a whole lot separating the two.
And he's another guy that's healthy. Played in 42 games.
42 consecutive starts.
I mean, that's huge for an offensive lineman.
Another argument you can make for him, Fano also had Caleb Lumo.
Yep. We'll talk about Mr. Lumo.
So on the line, Maui Goa was their guy. Like, they ran behind him. They used him in the pass protection. He just mauled defenders. Like, there was a draft back a couple years. Remember the Luke Jockle draft? You guys remember that?
Yeah.
So they predicted him to be like a really top pick, and I think he went 1 or 2. So, I mean, Maui Goa is kind of in that. They got him going like 3 or top 5. So you got to prove that you are worth that. Yeah. So it is definitely, there's going to be a lot of hype around him for sure.
Oh man, yeah, no, 100%. And I think like another thing about him, Magoa, that is like goes kind of under the radar. I value big time players that play big time games. National championship. I know they came short against Indiana. That route there, that's a big time game. Like, those are some big time plays that he had to make in the college football playoffs. And I think that experience isn't unwarranted. So I like his game. I think he's one of the guys that is circled up and probably going to be going either 1 or 2 when it comes to tackles.
You know what he's got that I don't think any other of the tackles have in this draft?
Yes.
He's got a rushing touchdown.
Oh,
does he?
Against Syracuse. Yeah. It was a lateral pass, so it counts as a rushing touchdown, but he's got a rushing touchdown.
Maybe he's the next, who's it, Penny Sewell?
Or maybe he'll throw it against, he'll throw it against the Cowboys.
He'll throw it.
Yeah.
that happened during Mike McCarthy's tenure, I just want to say.
Oh, it did.
Oh, don't.
It happened.
As much as I hated
So
it,
it's gonna happen
as much
against
as I
Steelers.
fucking hated it, that was a beautiful fucking play. Like, that was a dagger. Like, that was the fuck you, you're dead. We're just gonna fucking, we're gonna dig that hole a little bit deeper.
You know what makes
instead of 6 feet, instead of digging that 6 foot hole, we're digging at 10, 12 feet.
Yep, I remember my phone blowing up after that happened. Fellas, moving on. Monroe Freeling. He's he only has 1.5 years of starting experience at left tackle. He's allowed 9 pressures all season and committed 1 holding penalty his entire career. He's 21 years old and added 75 pounds to get to where he is. The debate, I think, is 1.5 years of starting tape at an elite program to justify a top 20 pick? Or does the sample size concern you when you're paying that much for an offensive tackle who's essentially a first-year starter?
Sample size, I'm going that route. He needs time to develop. He needs more games.
Would you say that
Work in progress.
Would you say that is a little bit like the Lions? Would you be okay with them taking Mr. Freeling with their pick? That's a top 20 pick.
I think it's a little risky, but their team needs is O-line help.
And that's
Right.
interesting. I almost go in the other camp. I almost feel like Freeling would be perfect for a team that's got a good offensive line that
will fit in.
That all the pressure doesn't fall on his shoulders. Because I can see this shit going sideways real quick, where it's like suddenly like he's supposed to be the answer for everything, and then it's like now the kid's not prepared for it, or he's not coached out. Like the thing is like, it's almost like the quarterback debate where we talk about like teams rushing quarterbacks into situations where you're like, okay, this is already a terrible situation to begin with. Your team is garbage. And now you just put in a rookie and he's going to make mistakes. So I think he would benefit from a line like, I don't know, the Chiefs. The Chiefs could be a good line for him. Like, where it's like you got that experience, you have veteran leadership, and then you add him in, and he gets to learn from other guys.
Like a rotational type of player, not your everyday starter.
No, he's kind of reminds me of the Guyton stuff from last year or 2 years ago.
So he's quick and he's fast, especially for a big guy. He ran, I think, a 4.9.
Yeah, he did.
5-ish, something like that. Like sub 5. It was sub 540. Yep. He's one of those guys that's great off the line, hitting, like bumping into the first level, but he's great at getting up to the second level and making the block just because of his athleticism.
Fellas, we'll keep it moving. And Mr. Caden Proctor, speaking of big boys, 6'7", 352 pounds. What do you think his fucking order is at, like, Taco Bell?
This guy is at Taco Bell?
Yeah, like,
holy fuck, dude. He could probably fucking clean that. Clean that fucking store out.
Like, what do you think? Okay, you're Caden Proctor at 6'7", 352. What do you think the McDonald's order is? And you don't eat McDonald's, so this will be fun.
Fucking 20 double Big Macs. Just give me the case of fries.
Double Big Macs.
20 double Big Macs and just
not even just Big
Just give me the fucking case of fries, man.
No,
and Diet Coke.
Oh, of course. Because we're looking after our health and no free.
Just one Diet Coke?
Yeah, I don't want to know how much this guy fucking eats. This guy is a specimen of a human being.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's absolutely monstrous. I mean, the thing I have on him is 6'7", 352. He's got a 32.5-inch vertical and technique concerns that multiple analysts have that he could end up being. Once again, this is a common theme, is like a lot of people's knock on these guys. My thing is that the only knock on on him that you have is he can turn into a guard. We're in okay territory. That's still
the other knock on him is he's undisciplined. Takes too many penalties.
Well, that is also true. He is a bit of a.
At the same time, he's a guy that can just block and shove people over.
He would benefit from dropping a few pounds though. He has poor conditioning. He's a bit clunky on his footwork. Like if you want to run it
to play at that level.
Yeah, but if you want like tush push goal line, just give it to the running back, fullback, punch it in. He's your guy.
So this is a knock on him, and I don't know. Maybe it's a knock on his judgment, I guess, or his circle. Do you guys? So obviously, the transfer portal is a contingent thing here, right? So the 2024 transfer portal, it was interesting. So March 19th, 2024, the headline reads, Iowa offensive tackle Caden Proctor to re-enter portal to rejoin the Tide. So what essentially happened was Caden Proctor came to Alabama. He came under the intention of playing under Nick Saban. Nick Saban retired. And then, you know what? Caden Proctor says, all right, I'm a Des Moines, Iowa native. I started through Alabama for my freshman season. I want to go back home. So Iowa, was not a big school. Like, they're not huge when it comes to the NIL deals. They exhausted all the funds to basically get this guy. And then he took the money and before the deadline, re-entered the portal and went back to Alabama and just collected that check from Iowa and was like,
he was hungry.
I
guess he's hungry, man.
I guess he
fucking
was.
Eat.
Well, I guess he was, but he really comes out and says it. You know what? Like there's no bridges burned. But there's probably a few bridges in Iowa currently burning.
I don't think he's going to be welcome back home.
No, and I think that's the thing out of it that that's why his name always was familiar to me outside of even football. Was I'm like, I remember when he did that tomfoolery. And you know what? Hopefully he's learned from it.
Seems like he'll be a great fit on the Eagles, eh?
Yeah, God.
Yeah.
Actually,
Letting up right in front of Jalen Hurts. Tush push.
Well, yeah, when you look at the size, so you look at the tackles we've talked about so far, they're in the 320-ish range for weight. he weighs almost 360 fucking pounds.
Yeah, you just put him up there. Maybe the Eagles trade for Darnell
But he's a guy
Washington.
that
Big boy,
not gonna
but
play.
he's a guy that has to be rotated in and out.
that's
because
what I
he
was
can't
gonna
play.
say. There's
every
no
snap.
way he's gonna play every snap.
Yeah, he's got some weaknesses, like especially he's late to recognize spin moves. So if you're gonna pull a spin move, you're getting right by him.
I can see a guy like a Micah Parsons embarrassing Caden Proctor. Like
yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
thing. Like
That's
I
why
Like
he
on the bull
he
rushes,
should
yeah.
go to guard.
and that's the thing is like you put Caden Proctor could be on the other side of some very bad highlight reels from edge rushers coming at him and like pulling off because you're not going up against other guys in college anymore. You're going up against the fucking pros.
And that's also what we've just been talking about. You look at the like Fano, how he's willing to play anywhere. Proctor, he's been a left tackle exclusively, so he has no experience anywhere else on the line. So
So you would benefit from a team though that has already a stable offensive line and good coaching because then you could coach him into other positions.
yeah, I think that would be that would probably be the best case. Best case for Proctor. Moving on, fellas. Caleb Loma, we talked about him a little bit. Spencer Fano, the offensive tackle, one of this draft, voluntarily moved to right tackle. So Caleb Loma could get a start at left tackle. That's probably one of the most compelling endorsements any tackle prospect can get. But Loma is a redshirt sophomore with limited experience against elite competition. His Texas Tech tape was flagged as shaky. How much weight do you put on a prospect's physical ceiling versus their current readiness? And at what age and experience level does the high ceiling stop being an exciting projection and start being a risk you can't take in the first round?
I don't know, like he's polarizing, right? Like you've got on one side you've got Fano, on this side you've got Lomo. Lomu, but oh man, like I don't know. There's just something about him that just I'm not sold on, to be honest.
Yeah.
He's got a bit of an issue with penalties.
That's huge because if you're penalized in college, that means guys are getting around you and you're holding because they're beating you. And in the NFL level, that's only going to get worse. Cowboys,
It's gonna get
Steelers,
magnified, like-
know all about that. The penalties.
You're all
the
about to
penalties.
learn, Steelers fans. You're all about to learn. You're about to learn the magical roller coaster that is the yellow flag. The terrible towel will be coming out of the ref's arse when Mike McCarthy's evidently getting you fucking 17 penalties a game.
Like he's another guy, like say Michael Parsons, on the guys that can bull rush. He's going to get pushed back because he doesn't have that leverage.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, and like we won't spend too much time diving into Mr. Lomu, unfortunately, but I do think that playing alongside of Spencer Fano definitely helped his stock. But I think at the same time, teams have got to look at him and be like, okay, what are we really getting here, fella? Moving it along, I'm gonna do a quick one. Blake Miller, Clemson. I really like him. I think he's really good. He started 54 consecutive games at Clemson, more than any non-specialist in school history. His scout says he missed one practice in 4 years. Character, reliability at the top of his class. But his weaknesses do include upright posture and inconsistent technique. Things you probably hope 54 starts would have fixed by now. Listen, is elite consistency and durability and all that, great character stuff enough to justify a first round offensive tackle pick, even when the technique ceiling isn't elite? And we're talking probably late first round, if that.
Yeah, I'd be a little shocked if he goes in the first round. I think he's more likely to be a second rounder.
I can see him baiting him though on the interview. I can see him
Yeah,
having
he's a
great
smart
fucking
kid.
interviews and like baiting a team into being like Galaxy. This is one other thing. Like we sit here, we play Madden, we play college football, we sit on our podcast mics and we talk about like, you know what, this guy's fucking amazing at football, go and draft him. But like we've all played I think we've all played adult rec sports at one point. Even we've all played it together at one point. We've played that. I've played against some guys that were insanely fucking talented at the sport, probably 3, 4, 5, 6 levels ahead of where everybody else was. And they were just a dick to be around. And they were just like, you hated every time they stepped into the locker room or onto the playing field or onto the ice. Now, do you think that teams, when they're picking these guys, like we obviously don't give a fuck whether or not the guy is a great human being or not, unfortunately. Like Walter Payton Awards don't really mean much to you and I or people that are not in the locker room. But do you think you when like let's say you have a pick and it's like I can get Blake Miller, this really high character guy. He's got maybe a couple physical like skill tools missing that maybe we can coach into, but his teammates love him, like they die for him. Or you got a guy that's like really fucking good, but there's character issues.
I'm taking the locker room guy 100 out of 100 times.
Yeah. I can see this guy sliding to the first round if a team really needs.
That's what I'm thinking.
lineman.
Like, I don't think he's first round on talent. Like, I don't think he's like
The
talent.
character
more
puts
of
him
a
in first
leadership
round.
thing.
He's 6'7" too. He's 6'7". He's 317 pounds. Obviously, he's not Proctor size when it comes to the weight, but he's Proctor size when it comes to the height. And maybe it's like you look at a Caden Proctor. I'm not before somebody comes in my DMs and guards going, you guys fucking saying this about Caden. No, I'm just using an example of like, you comp Blake Miller against another guy that's 6'7", but Blake Miller 6'7". But you
Really? Really?
I had to do it. It was right there. I had to do it. Also, did you know Rashawn Gary and Donovan Azaraku have changed their numbers to be 6'7"? Oh,
Yeah.
It's going to be the menacing time. But you look at it, I can see it. I don't think he's sliding into the first round solely off of his play, but I think
it's the character and the
think
leadership.
his
and all
leadership,
that,
his
yeah.
character. You add this guy into a locker room. Like if you're picking near the end of the first round, like you're probably already a team that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're already a team that's good enough where you're like, okay, like we were missing some guys. Like Buffalo, I don't hate it. Like obviously they need other things, but if you could help out your boy Josh Allen and like you get a guy where the pressure's not there right away to be the star. New England, Diana Rossini reports, Blake Miller. But my point is like you get the guys that have great characters sliding down. So I can see that. Happening.
Well, isn't that why Makai Lemon's stock went down? Because bad interviews, bad character, right?
Yeah, I that's the thing is like you see a lot of teams.
So this guy's stock probably went up because of all that.
And like a lot, sometimes it's sometimes warranted, sometimes not really warranted. Like teams look into stuff, but like the Shador thing, like Shador's tape and talent. How the fuck do you go from being like a top 10 or top 15 pick, top 30 pick?
Well, there's arguments that he was going to be the number 2 pick.
Yeah, like how do you fall that much? And like it's like teams interview. They're like, I mean, do we really want to bring? If the Browns owner was a complete psychopath and just desperate to sell jerseys, I think he probably would have even slid even more. And that's the thing there. Like Baltimore wanted to draft him, but he refused to. He said, "I'm not playing behind Lamar Jackson." So I don't know. All right, fellas, moving it on. We're almost gearing up towards the end here. But Max Ianacor, I think I pronounced his name correct. He is from Arizona State, 6'6", 321 pounds. He played his first football game in 2021.
The late start to football.
He's a projected first-round pick in 2026. That is one of the fastest ascents in recent NFL draft history at the offensive tackle position. The argument for drafting him, if he's this good after 3 years of football, or I guess 5 years of football, the ceiling is genuinely unknown. The argument against 6 holding penalties in 2025, technique that is obviously visible as raw. And the reality that you're projecting a player whose foundation was built in less time than most prospects spent in high school. Which argument do you think wins in the draft room?
I think it's a bit of a problem that he started that late, especially if you want to be a lineman in the NFL. It's very different than college football, like we said. If you're getting beat off the line from these edge rushers, you're going to have a problem at the pro level.
Yeah.
So that's probably why his stock is not as high as the other guys, even though his size is still there.
Yeah.
If you have the right offensive line coach, it's coachable. He's obviously not.
He's not your day one
He's not.
starter.
He's not a rookie starter, but he's a project. And I mean, if his ascent in 4 or 5 years is this good, like I wouldn't put a first round pick on him at all. But like.
I could see him sliding to like the 4th.
But like a lot of this stuff is coachable. So
He needs time to develop.
that's what I mean.
Right?
Like it's coachable and it's a
Coachable.
project as long as you know you're drafting a project and you're not drafting a guy that you're expecting to slot in right away.
No, I agree. Last one for the tackles, fellas. This is my sleeper. Travis Burke, Memphis. He's slated to go in the 3rd round, and you're probably like, wow, why are we talking about a 3rd rounder? Like, Like what's the point? First of all, let's start with the good here. He was projected as a potentially undrafted free agent in the summer before his senior year at Memphis. He then played his way to a 3rd-round grade. He's 6'9". He's huge.
He's a big boy.
He is huge. His father coaches offensive line at a Florida high school. The late bloomer story is compelling. He does have some weaknesses: high-hipped, feet get stale, trouble resetting. Now, is Travis Brooke, do you think, a 6'9" diamond in the rough who just needed the right situation, or is there a reason scouts had him as an undrafted free agent before his senior year? At what point do you think a late bloomer becomes, this is who he is? He is huge, though.
He's a big guy, and apparently he's a mean motherfucker,
yeah,
too.
He is an absolute, he does not hesitate to grind defenders into the ground. He's mean. And you know what? We talked about this before. There's something about being the coach's kid, and there's something about having that, different take on the game. The extra coaching you may get on through a text being like, hey, congrats. Did you eat dinner today? Also, this is what's really fucking bad about your game. There's benefit to that. So I do think that there is opportunity there. He's a flyer. I guess you take a flyer on a guy who's 6'9".
Take a flyer.
He's a flyer.
Especially if he can be coached up and developed into.
If you can even
Young
get him to the
starter,
point
yeah.
where he's getting starting reps in the
Yeah.
NFL, you've won. You've won the 3rd-round debate at offensive line there. He just needs to start. Not right away. Eventually, he just needs to start. That's all I'll say. Fellas, let's move into the guards. Guards is very simple. Vega Ione, Penn State, number 1. He's the number 12 overall player in the Beast, Brugler's highest ever grade for a guard. Guards almost never go top 15 in the NFL draft. The conventional wisdom always says take tackles, edges, cornerbacks, QBs in the top 15. Not interior linemen. But I only allowed 0 sacks, 0 penalties in his final 2 seasons. Here's probably the question I have for you. If the best player available at number 12 is a guard, do you take him, or does positional value override the board? And I said 12. I didn't say Cowboys.
We don't need him.
No, I'm just saying, if you're number 12, if you're number 12, let's say.
That's huge. No sacks allowed, no penalties. That means you're not getting by him. And that means he's not losing the battles, because if he's not taking penalties, he's not losing the battle. So he's winning those battles.
Yeah. No, I
Could also not be going to his side, though.
I like him. I think he's
good.
I think he's going to be he's got good comps. I think Tyler Booker and him have very similar tape if you're looking at a comp player. I would rate him a slightly higher than Tyler Booker just coming out of college. But he's a very, very good player.
And he can play either guard, left guard or right guard.
Yeah, he is versatile there.
He's versatile there.
Powerful hands, man. He's a big guy. Big guy. I think Giants got to take him. Or sorry, not Giants. Fucking Lions. Lions got to take him. I think he'd be sitting
he'd
there.
be a solid fit there.
I think if he's sitting
What
there.
are they picking? 17?
17.
17? That's
a good pick at 17.
If he's sitting there at 17, you can, you got to go and you got to take him. It's number 2. I got Chase Bizontis. Chase Bizontis was the highest rated interior offensive line recruit in his entire high school class. He's now in the first to second round range as a guard. Short arm length is real. Brugler lists it as his first weakness. I wouldn't say as a guard, short arms matter as much as they do on tackle. When a player has elite, and we talked about this before, recruiting profile expectations, but then he doesn't follow that up in college, and it's not he's not a 5-star recruit coming out of high school is not translating into a top 15, top 20 pick in the NFL draft. Do you take that as a red flag? It's hard for me to say no, because I always find myself watching the videos of where are they now?
Yeah.
And it's 5-star recruits that never panned out. And I'm always I always find myself looking at that stuff, and it's almost like getting notoriety. And I obviously know you gotta label them 5-star, 4-star, 3-star to compartmentalize who they are as players.
Right.
But it almost feels like giving a 17, 16-year-old, 15-year-old kid the label 5-star recruit is kind of asking for, it to go to their head.
Yeah.
It's I don't know.
A lot of pressure on those 5-star recruits, right?
It's a lot of pressure,
Perform.
but it's also like now, like the girls that are in high school, like you might be an ugly motherfucker. You might be a fucking ugly motherfucker. And then next thing you know, school word runs around. Oh, you hear he's a 5-star recruit. That means he's going to go to Alabama. Oh, he might go to Georgia. He might go to Texas. Oh, he might go there. He might go there. And next thing you know, now you're getting attention from all the people that probably never really cared about you, especially offensive linemen. I feel like they're the most like the last people to probably like have the Riz on a football team is the defensive tackles, offensive tackles, guards, just because they're just eating all day. As you know from Caden Proctor's McDonald's order. But yeah, I think it's hard to stay focused when you're like a 5-star recruit coming out of high school and then
Gets to your head.
It does. And I think there's tons of distractions.
It could be with this guy, maybe a bit of a fatigue problem. He played 1,800 college snaps. So it's like
Penalties too.
Penalties.
Asking him to, but you're asking a lot out of him, right? And like you said, if he's a 5-star coming out of high school, they're going to be like, okay, we're running it to your side. Okay. The screen's going to your side. You're going to run out here. You got to block. You got to make the pull or whatever. So if you ask that much for that guy, like you're probably going to see some drop off. You're going to see some fatigue.
Yeah.
I mean, he competed in every drill in the combine, and he's a gym rat.
He works hard.
Yeah,
he's a gym rat.
He works really hard. Yeah.
Hey, they had a top 30 visit from the Raiders.
You could see him. The Raiders drafting him.
Penalties on the Raiders
not a bad
offensive
pick
line. That just
if
that
you
place
got a
sounds
guy that
hard.
works
Some things
hard.
just go together.
Yeah.
Some things are very poetic, and I think those two things we mentioned, they get going. Moving on, fellas. I'm gonna move it on here. Emmanuel Pregnon from Oregon, 6'4", 314 pounds. His family immigrated from the Ivory Coast to the Denver area. His youngest 4 children. Raised primary by his mother. He's in his 6th college season. He started out Wyoming, went to USC, then transferred to Oregon. 6 years of college football experience.
COVID super senior.
Yep. Multiple programs, 2nd to 3rd round grade. Is a player who needed 6 college seasons and 3 programs to find his footing, a cautionary tale about developmental timelines. And I know, okay, so previously, before the NIL and transfer portal era, if you had seen this, you would have given him a big ass fucking red flag, being like, this guy's a fucking lunatic. Now, I don't know so much. I don't know.
What schools did he go to?
He went to Wyoming, USC, and then he went to Oregon.
Yeah. And so who's the quarterback at Oregon? Dante Moore?
Dante Moore,
Yeah. So I think he could have benefited from the success of him.
Yeah.
Seen him making some plays and be like, oh, well, they're look how many touchdowns he's throwing.
I think if you have a
Who's
star,
blocking for him?
it's always better to go to the better quarterback if you're an offensive lineman, because sometimes like they'll make you look good. They'll at least get you more attention than you normally would have gotten.
Yeah,
like I don't think he gets the same attention he got now being at Oregon that he did if he was still at USC.
I think that would be a tough pick just because of his age. 24.
He's a big old man.
That's the only thing. Like,
Well, by the time he becomes an everyday starter, you're looking at like 26, 27.
Like, do I think of the school, like say he's a 6-year senior, do I think of that as a red flag in its own? No. But then you think about it, okay, now he's 25 years old, where all these other kids are 21, 22 years old. You know, they've still got time to develop. At 25 years old, like
if
you're
you're
expected
not
to be
top-
you're expected to be in
a
your
starter,
prime.
like day one starter.
Like 25 is when you enter your prime. So he's got an uphill battle ahead of him, because where is your ceiling? Because if you're supposed to be in your prime already, how much like more room of growth do you have?
No, for sure. Keeping it moving. I really like this kid. Remember when I talked about small towns and how much the farm boys? Keelan Big Red Rutledge, 6'4", 316 pounds from Georgia Tech. He is a bit of a monster, Big Red is. I encourage everybody to go search him up and just have a look at him. You guys do it right now, actually. You all have Instagram. Let's go.
This is the guy.
Look at his name. Look at his face. Look at what he looks like.
No, I know what he fucking looks like.
Did you see the beard?
Yeah.
He looks like he looks like a menacing like fucking ginger. Like I've never seen a ginger look this fucking menacing.
No, I was gonna say, if there's ever a big boy in the trenches that you actually want to watch tape on, go watch this guy's tape. This guy is a fucking animal. This guy is my favorite guard right here. He is probably one of the best pulling guards.
Yeah.
He pulls, he gets those first couple steps in, and he's
Barrels.
fucking gone. He's blowing you the fuck. If you're blitzing, he's going to run you the fuck over. He's going to put you on your fucking ass. Like, his bull rush off the fucking poles, man. Just go watch him. 5 steps in, blows the guy out, runs up to that second level, blows that guy out. He keeps running. If you're in fucking front of him, he's going to blow you the fuck over too. Like, he does not stop. He's a fucking animal. Yeah. And whoever gets him is going to be really fucking happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guy's got a motor. And actually, that's the way Georgia Tech does it, right?
Yeah.
There are a lot of the read options. They roll it outside.
But just watch him pull.
A lot from their schemes.
I was gonna. Hey, you said it all there. That's a little. That's why we have him out here. I can't say it any better. I think he's got his weaknesses. He's got choppy steps. Yep, he'll false step at a time when he's stressed.
When you're that good of a blocker, and like, those are the things that get your team, your fans, fucking riled up. Because you're gonna see him bowl over some of these big fucking star edge rushers coming off the edge. Like Micah Parsons. He will put Micah Parsons on his fucking ass.
There's also
you guys would hope.
Oh, I'll fucking dude, when it happens, we're clipping it and I'm fucking posting it everywhere.
And I know we traded Osa Digizua. We have an extra third rounder.
See, you want him again. Cowboys.
I would love
everybody.
I would fucking love this kid. I would fucking love this kid. Like, whoever gets him is gonna be real fucking happy with him.
Now the next guy I have is he has fucking Yinzer written all over him. Jennings Dunker.
Now there's the guy you want to go look at.
Go look at his mugshot.
Go look at him.
Go Google Jennings Dunker. Google him, man.
He looks like a Jennings Dunker.
Oh, your phone's dead.
Yeah, my phone's
Here, let me show you. let me tap in here with Mr. Dunker.
Fucking Paul Bunyan on the O-line.
Does that not scream Yinzer?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Jennings
just
Dunker,
fucking dirty.
That screams.
Just fucking dirty.
Definitely.
He is definitely the looker. He's definitely gonna get some crazy fucking endorsements. Now what I've got on him here. So I've got, he played right tackle at Iowa, one of the best offensive line units in the entire country. He's a Joe Moore Award winner. Analyst and Berger both project him as a guard in the NFL, not a tackle. He'll be playing a different position in the pros than he played in college. For an offensive lineman, does a position change like that on your way into the NFL, moving him inside from the tackle to the guard, represent a demotion, or is it a value unlock, you think?
I don't think it's a demotion. I mean, you might think of it a demotion, but you got to realize, like, excuse me, when you're going from college and then you go to the NFL, like, it's different. It's a different game. And like we were just talking with the quarterbacks in the other episode, everyone wants to play that one position, but you get to the next level you go, there can only be so many at that position. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Moving to a guard isn't a demotion if you've got all the right skills.
If you want to be an everyday starter, you gotta make those decisions, right?
Yep.
I'll take that spot.
Yes, sir.
Versatility is big.
We're going to wrap it up. I got the last guy here. He's the strongest guy out of his whole entire class. He unfortunately went to Oklahoma, but wait till I tell you his story. Fabici Nuau. I think that's how you pronounce it. I could be wrong. I could be very well wrong.
Samoan?
His parents were born in Nigeria, actually. No, his name is Nwaiwu. So I'm going to go with Owayu. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. Fabici was a walk-on at North Texas. He transferred to Oklahoma, became a scouter, and NFL scouts call him the strongest dude in that program. His weaknesses are all about athleticism, slow twitch, clunky in space, limited range. But his strength is his strength. Literally, in an era where NFL offenses demand interior linemen who can pull, get to the second level, and function in space, how far do you guys think raw physical power takes you as a guard?
A long way.
Definitely.
Yeah, like it is.
As long as everything else is coachable, right?
I also like how his eyes are always in the right spot, always searching for it, and then his next victim, his next block.
Yeah. He's talk about a guy.
He's always looking to put someone down.
You talk about pushing Micah Parsons into the ground. Like, this guy is like, from a walk-on to a potential third or fourth round pick. He can do it. He's fucking tough.
But Brandon's right when it comes to coaching these guys. Like the reason why Fano and Mauigoa are standouts is because like Fano especially is his footwork. So if like these guys, their footwork and then their hand placement, if they can be coached well, they all have the size.
Yeah. No, he definitely
His character is always really good too. He's a leader, doesn't take very many penalties.
Yeah, and I think
Right.
like you put him in a program where you've got other guys like there that he's not relied upon to be the guy right away. I think you can coach him into a spot where it's like he could be very well that guy.
Yep.
Yeah. No, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting to see some
Another guy the Cowboys want, right?
Oh no.
Nah.
No.
They want everybody.
Not really. I really
They
like
need everybody.
They need. I wouldn't mind a guard. I feel like a lot of people are going to get mad, and Brandon himself is going to get mad when I say this. But that is also a need. Like they still need to.
But at the right time.
Yeah. Like I think you can get a guy in the later rounds. You don't need to reach for it. Guys like that we're going through right now. The purpose of this exercise, and you may be listening to this, and you may have to come back. You may come back to these episodes the way social media, algorithms, Instagram, all that stuff works. He may very well be drafted right now. Like he very well might be going to, I don't know, Tennessee, for example. And some Titans fans are going to come in. The Titans fans are going to come in. They're going to listen in on it. So it'll be interesting. Are we good?
Is that it for the big boys?
I think that is it for the big boys. How are you fellas doing?
Fucking great.
Good, man.
We're just pumping this shit out now.
It's good times. Good times. We'll be out with another episode very soon, very shortly. It will be the Bonafide KK Love Bracket, where he possesses his roses and gives his love to his one true college football fandom. It'll be very interesting. Until next time, though, if you do have any inquiries for KK or any of us, actually, hit us up. redzoneblitzpodcast@gmail.com. Red Zone Blitz Pod on all the socials. Matt, where can the ladies of Pittsburgh find you? If they want to DM you, please plug in your social.
My social?
Yeah, what's your Instagram?
My Instagram is... I don't even know my Instagram.
We're gonna call it. We're gonna call it. We're gonna give you. We're gonna work on this username. I'm gonna say it's Matt RBZ.
No, it's Matt Caputo 99. That's it.
There you go. All right. Hey, hello. How are you? Until next time. This is G.
Random.
I'm Matt.
KK.
And we're out.